A brand new Jets free agent that just signed a couple of months ago is already being labeled the team's top trade asset. Here's why they should not pull the trigger on that move. More on that. Boy Green Daily starts now.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you guys like the video and hit subscribe as you head on your way in. I want to give a quick special shout-out to anyone that tuned in last night to a spontaneous, non-Jets related live stream last night, talking about the Survivor Season 50 cast. And it's sort of introducing you guys to a new radio show I'll be doing. Well, it's not new to me. I've been doing it for the last 24 years, but we're transitioning it to a digital world, and you guys can get a little taste of it. It was live streamed last night with myself, Jim the Man-Child Lurch, and Brett LaBelle, former Survivor castaway, who's on Survivor Season 33, Millennials versus Gen X. So hopefully you guys can go check it out over there. It was a lot of fun for all our Survivor fans. If you missed it, you guys can always re-watch the live stream or head on over to our brand new YouTube channel at MC Show Digital, or just simply search for the Man-Child Show Boy Green Digital, and you'll find that as well. Fun conversation with Brett, interactive with the fans, and we'll have a lot more content like that coming over. And a few times I'll cross-pollinate. So I'm sure a lot of Jet fans will be confused. What in God's green earth is this? So occasionally we'll do some stuff over here from MC Show Digital, so hopefully you guys appreciate it. Incel on says, good show last night, BG. Really enjoyed it. I know we have a lot of Survivor Jet fan crossover, so hope you guys enjoyed it. No worries, J-Boy. You missed it. You guys can always rewatch it, so feel free to enjoy. Now, let's get into this topic matter at hand. So, Bleacher Report, Alex Ballantyne specifically, listed a top trade asset for all these teams in the National Football League. And for the Jets, he picked Chukwuma Okorafor. Okorafor is 27. He signed a one-year deal for nothing money. It was $1.19 million, nothing crazy. He cut his teeth mostly, and his most attractive part of his resume is he's appeared in 78 games. He's made 60 starts, and he was the starting right tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers over a 3-year period. So he had a lot of opportunity. And basically what this Bleacher Report person is saying is that, well, the Jets could sign a guy, then immediately flip him. And you may say, that's crazy. Why would that happen? Well, actually, we're going to give you guys a little history lesson. Let's go back in the time machine, baby. Let's hop back in the time machine so I can walk you back through this story that you guys may have forgotten from Jets yesteryear. The Jets have actually, if they did do this, it's happened before. Let's go back to March 13th, 2018. The Jets signed veteran quarterback Teddy Bridgewater to a one-year deal that had a maximum value of $15 million, which obviously was completely built around incentives. While the $15 million number was really high, he really only had $500,000 guaranteed. That's because the Jets were taking a chance. Teddy Bridgewater was coming off a devastating knee injury in 2016, where he tore his ACL, dislocated his knee, and several other ligaments back during a practice with the Minnesota Vikings. That injury happened in 2016. The Jets signed him in 2018, but between there was a lot of rehab, a lot of thought that maybe even Teddy Bridgewater could lose his leg. It was a very serious situation. He had that injury in practice, and I remember the fellow Vikings teammates going on TV shows and saying that he was screaming in pain. They had never heard someone scream like that. Ugh, God. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. And this was Teddy Bridgewater's doctor after seeing his leg. Quote, it's mangled. You make the skin incision and there's nothing there. It's almost like a war wound. Everything is blown. So long story short, Teddy Bridgewater was not looking great. And he ends up becoming a free agent eventually, a few years later. And the Jets take a gamble on him. Now, remember, the Jets had already they signed Josh McCown that offseason, and they ended up trading from the 6th overall pick to the 3rd overall pick and got Sam Darnold. And a lot of people question the Jets, like, why do you have this many quarterbacks? What's the plan here? How is Sam Darnold getting any reps? You got Teddy Bridgewater, you got Josh McCown. What's going on here? What's happening? And the Jets got a lot of crap for it. Well, the Jets held on to Teddy Bridgewater for 5 months, and they let him rebuild himself. Showed the rest of the National Football League that he could still play. So again, the Jets only invested $500,000. That's it. It had a maximum value of $15 million if he became the starter and did all these wonderful things, but they just took a risk and they brought him in. And again, they had him for 5 months. They signed him at the middle part of March, and then they traded him that same offseason that they signed him on August 29th. A few months later, the Jets traded Teddy Bridgewater and a 2019 6th-round pick to the Saints for a 3rd-round pick. The Jets, talk about, they never get credit for being savvy and smart, so let's give credit where credit's due. The Jets in 2018 signed a free agent and flipped him in the same offseason and basically got a free 3rd-round pick. And to me, I've always said this, 1st-round picks, 2nd-round picks, and 3rd-round picks, those are all premium picks. And to get a free premium pick for something like that, well, it's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. So the Jets have done this sort of thing before. They deserve a lot of credit. By the way, I just want to address this just in case these questions come, because this happens every time we bring up Teddy Bridgewater, which is very often. People say, you should have kept Teddy Bridgewater. People, this was the smartest move the Jets could have made. Smartest move in 2018. Because here's the thing. When you traded up for Sam Darnold, he was your president in future. You knew that. You wanted a veteran in the room to show him the ropes. Josh McCown, he filled that role. Teddy Bridgewater signed a 1-year deal. A month later, after signing Teddy Bridgewater, you moved up and traded up for Sam Darnold. So as soon as you trade up for Sam Darnold, Teddy Bridgewater says to himself, well, I'm not long for New York. You got Sam Darnold. I'm not re-signing here. So instead of the Jets losing Bridgewater for nothing in a year as a backup or 3rd string, they said, hey, we could trade him right now to a quarterback desperate team, the Saints, and then there you go. And that's what they did. So I give major props to the Jets. Major props for that move. And that was the only move. So the people said, you could have just kept him. You couldn't have. Well, I mean, you could have, but it wouldn't have worked out. So anywho, I use all that to say to bring us back to this situation, that if the Jets were to do that, it would be something they've done in the past. It makes a lot of sense. But I'm going to tell you why they should not do this. Because I could understand why Chukwuma Okorafor could be attractive. It makes a lot of sense. He's got a lot of experience. The Jets signed him for nothing money. Let's fast forward through the offseason. A couple of teams have some injuries. So like, geez, we don't have a clear option. And we don't like what's available in free agency. And then they call up the Jets. Beep, boop, bop. Hey, we'll throw you something. Throw Chukwuma Okorafor. And if the Jets receive that call, they should tell whoever that team is to pack it. Do not trade Chukwuma Okorafor. The thing we love as Jet fans, or should love as Jet fans this offseason, is our starting 5 looks awesome. Olu Fashanu, John Simpson, Joe Tippmann, or Josh Myers. I'm just kidding. Joe Tippmann, Elijah Vera Tucker, and Armand Membu. That starting 5 is the best starting 5 on paper we've had, and potential and all that jazz in like 14, 15 years. Going back to the AFC Championship offensive lines. And I love the 5. But beyond the 5, I love our top depth guy. We have Josh Myers, an interior offensive line backup. Former guard in high school, a center in college, center in the pros, 56 games. I like the center. Yeah. Okay. You go to Chukwuma Okorafor, who I just mentioned. A veteran, experienced guy. He's right behind Armand Membu. So you're going to get some of that love of someone who's done it before. You're going to get some of that love here on the show. Of like, hey, he's done it before. And if anything were to happen, he could step in and be the guy. I like that. That part excites me. Now, again, left tackle, we've talked about this in the past, I'm not sure who the left tackle backup is to Fashanu. A lot of people would say it's Okorafor, but the reason why Okorafor had issues last year, the New England Patriots, was because they wanted him to play left tackle, and he's only played right tackle, and apparently that caused a lot of issues. Apparently. So I'm not sure if Okorafor suddenly, like with the Jets, I'll play left tackle, but the Patriots, no. So that's unlikely. So I have a little concern about that, but hey, I'm nitpicking. Honestly, candidly, I'm nitpicking. This offensive line is 7 deep, and I love it. Phenomenal. So if a team calls up you and says, hey, man, what would it take for a Okorafor? What are they going to offer? A fifth? A sixth? A seventh? Pack it, pal. Hell no. Absolutely not. Hell no. Keep your depth. Keep your depth. Yes, Incel Alon, let me throw you up here on the screen. Carter Warner is a concerning backup left tackle. I agree. Or Max Mitchell, or whoever the hell it is. I don't even know who it is. Whoever it is. Yes, is concerning. But you're 7 deep on the offensive line. Keep your depth. What's more valuable? A random day 3 pick in the future or depth? And I don't even give a shit if Chukwuma's only here for a year. I'd still only rather have the depth than the future pick. I don't give a shit about that future pick. Protect Justin Fields. Open up run lanes for Breece Hall. And you want to know what's great about an insurance policy? For instance, I live here in New York. Okay, I don't imagine a volcano is going to destroy my house. I don't think so. But I like the feeling that if I buy some volcano insurance for this house, that just in case it happens, I'm covered. So it's the same thing for Chukwuma Okorafor. He's my volcano insurance. Is a volcano going to explode all over the offensive line? God, I hope not. But just in case it does, Chukwuma Okorafor. And if I never use my volcano insurance, that's okay. I'm just glad that I had it. I'm just glad if I had it. So for me, I am absolutely holding on to Chukwuma Okorafor. Hell no, am I trading him? So he's called the team's top trade asset. Cool. You can label him whatever the flying hoot you want to, but I ain't moving him. No way. It ain't happening. So quit asking. Yeah, Nick Saban, it ain't happening, so quit asking. Hell no. No thank you. What I will say thank you to is J-Boy gifting another 5-pack of Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. That's what I'll thank. Blessed be he. For more gifted, well, we have to hear a little bit of this action.
Here's what I do know. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Yes, we are, AG. Yes, we are. 5 memberships added to the pile for J-Boy, who's been absolutely killing it this month. 245 raffle tickets for our wonderful contest that, quite frankly, is running out of time. It's running out of time, folks. We're getting near to the nitty-gritty of all of this. With our contest for the month of May, but I think you're going to be pretty excited about what we got cooking here in the very near future as it pertains to raffles. More on that in due time. Let's read the 5 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club here on the program. Here we go. Michael Naro, Smoke Champ, Brian Nichols, Genergy, welcome back, and Dicker the Kicker. Also, I'm seeing if you're watching on YouTube, we got some new community leaderboard. Incel Alon is number 1 on the crown. I see top 3 is Alon Badshaw. You have 75 extra points. I don't know what any of this means. If you guys are watching on YouTube right now, there's like a crown for, I guess, who compliments the most. I have no idea. But that's a cool little neat thing on YouTube if you're watching. There's some sort of a purple crown. So Incel Alon, congratulations on that, I suppose. I don't know what's going on there. But anywho, J-Boy, 245 raffle tickets, baby. And let me show you guys right quick, like what you guys are competing for this month. Let's show it up here on the big board. Booyah. There you go, baby. A certificate of authenticity from the National Football League comes with your New York Jets game coin from last season. Limited edition. Pretty sweet. That is real mint. And we'll send that along with a full-size NFL football. It's a signature football autographed by the whole team last year. The cool logo's on, too. Great for the man cave. You're a fan, your office, wherever. Pretty cool. Pretty cool item. All that's up for bid. Again, we'll be giving that away to one lucky person on June 1st, which, by the way, is only in a couple of days. So we'll be doing that on Sunday's show. So you have 3 days left. Today, Friday, Saturday, and then no more raffles will be submitted. If you want to submit a raffle, you're like, how the hell do I do that? Well, you only have to spend $2.99 on the channel to have a chance. That can be in super chat form if you have a question or comment. Super sticker also works. You can purchase a Boy Green Coffee Club membership for yourself. It's currently the pinned comment right now on youtube.com/boygreen25. Also in the YouTube description, that's how you become a YouTube member. You get all kinds of perks, access to our emojis we make. You get a custom badge like you see next to J-Boy's name on your screen right now. And, of course, access to the Discord where we're talking about all kinds of things. And you guys can get sneak peeks and all kinds of other content we're working on behind the scenes. Fantasy football leagues. There's a lot of cool access over there. You guys should take full advantage of it. Or, as J-Boy has done here, gift memberships. You could give them out to your fellow Coffee Club members. When you gift out memberships, they do come at random, but apparently, according to YouTube, they're gifted to the most active people in the chat. So, good luck to whoever's out there. But shout out to J-Boy, baby. Shout out to J-Boy. Yeah. Appreciate you. Thanks, pal. Boom shakalaka. Yeah. Is Alon going to call in? I'm not sure. Guess we'll see. Phil, is the King Crown a Paul invention or is it a new YouTube thing? I wish I could take credit for it. I have no idea what that is, but I guess it's a new YouTube thing. Looks pretty cool, though. Yeah. Kyle Clifton, good point here. If we want to play a little musical chairs, if Olu was to get hurt, would we shuffle the board? Kick AVT to left tackle? Then you have AVT, John Simpson, Joe Tippmann, or Josh Myers, and then the other one over. Maybe. You could have some optionality there. I don't love throwing people in all over different places, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Do I want AVT at left tackle, or do I want one of these randos of Carter Warren or Max Mitchell? Maybe a good point. Major props to Kyle Clifton for that one. Very interesting. Oh, that's a different idea. Okay. Zach Quinn says, I think their plan is if Olu goes down, they'll kick Armand Membu to left tackle, put Chooks at right. I mean, I don't think Armand Membu, I'm actually pretty sure he did not play any left tackle in college. So that'd be another projection, but maybe. Okay. That would be your plan, Zach, would be more minimal damage, right? If you kick AVT from right guard to left tackle, you got to move a lot of people. Joe Tippmann could go to guard. Josh Myers, you're changing a lot of shit. Your shit is minimal change, which I would imagine is better for continuity. Instead of like 3 people doing different positions, you only have 1 or 2. Or in this case, 1. That'd be Membu. Chooks is a right tackle. So interesting. The better offensive line coach team with Steve Hyden coming in should help. Tony Alexio says it. It's good to finally have offensive line depth. Amen. Blessed be he. And that's really what gives me so much faith about this Jets season coming up. There's a lot of unknown. Tanner Engstrand, Justin Fields. What's this? What's that? Aaron Glenn is head coach. What's that going to be? I have no idea. Not sure about any of it. But I will tell you that the offensive line being so youthful, deep, talented, makes me think that there's a floor for this Jets team this year, and then the plus or minus will be quarterback play. So if the offensive line brings you to at least here, and then your quarterback is here, then that combination should result in blah. And I think it's a better season. So, yeah. That would be pretty cool. Going back to Zach here, he says, I get that, incel, but something tells me he ain't a bitch like Chooks and could likely do it at a modest level. Good Lord. Okay. All right. Well, that's one way to do it. Good night. Our boy Scotty Mayhem says this will be about the run game this year. Yeah. No, I hope so. That'd be good news for Brees. Indy Jets, let's go Pacers. Well, we already know one team in the NBA Finals. That is the Oklahoma City Thunder for the first time in like 13 years. Back in those Kevin Durant Thunder years. So are we going to find out the other NBA Finals team today? I guess we'll find out. Yeah. Elon loves stirring the pot. Winning Game 5 at Bougie Square Garden would be so sweet. We'll see. Zach Quinn again. Next offseason is going to be huge for dollars going into pockets. ABT, Garrett Wilson sauce, Brees will likely get tagged. Well, let's go through a couple of things here because you're even missing one. John Simpson is a free agent. ABT is a free agent. I don't know about the Garrett Wilson sauce. They could get paid this offseason. And they're still under contract for next year, too. Garrett Wilson sauce and Jermaine would be another one I'd throw in there. Let me look at Jets free agents 2026. Let me see if there's anyone else we are missing big time for next year. But both starting guards, that's big. I wonder what the Jets' plan is there, candidly. I'm very curious what the Jets' plan is there of what do you do? Do you pick one over the other? Do you pick the younger one? Do you somehow get to lock in both? That'd be fascinating. That'd be fascinating. We'll see here. I'll pull up the 2026 free agents. We could dive into more on that in just a moment here. I'll look back at that in a second, Zach. But yeah, ABT, John Simpson. There's a lot of that. Luca, looking forward to the media interviews this week. Yeah, I've been checking the Jets social media portals to see if we're getting any lives. Now, normally the coordinators are not live on their team social media. Normally not. They normally are put on after the fact. And I just checked the Jets live tab. They don't have anything upcoming. So the coordinator's supposed to speak this week for the first time. I don't know if AG is. AG doesn't have anything scheduled on the team website, so we'll see. But the coordinators are supposed to speak, I believe. What's today? Thursday? It's normally on Thursdays during the season. I don't know if it's going to be Thursday or today this time around. I'm not sure. Yeah. Lucas says too dangerous. Leave AVT. I'd probably keep. It's tough. I don't know. Hopefully, there's a world that can. You can keep multiple of them, right? That you don't have to make a choice. Hopefully, that's what ends up happening. Because you don't want to immediately be looking for more offensive line. Adam is too cool. Boy Green Coffee Club member. Do whatever you want with AT. Less words since we didn't extend him. That is a fair point. That if you Olu gets hurt and you're making left tackle decisions, and you say to yourself, "Well, this AVT if we sign him long term, ABT could cause issues like, hey, man, I'm a this, I'm a this, I'm a this." I don't know if he would do that because he's been pretty selfless so far. But without extending him to do whatever you want because you're in the final year, that's true. I guess you could view it that way. But I don't know if the Jets are looking at it like, because they haven't had to extend him yet. I probably would have because he's $15.3 million on the cap this year, and you could get ahead of it next year by extending him. I did a show about that a couple of months ago of why I personally would have. It's not my money, but I would have extended ABT because you lower the $15.3 million cap figure for this year because that's a fifth-year option, and you get him under contract, so then you don't have to use a franchise tag on him next year or anything. So that's what I would have done. Shout out to A-Step 10, baby. He's going to be there for our tailgate. And for everyone that's coming to our tailgate, by the way, again, that's New York Jets, that's Dallas Cowboys, that's Week 5, that's Sunday, October 5th. It's $300 a person. I will be collecting moolah. I'll probably start reaching out to you guys at the end of this week and start getting several people have already paid, so thank you so much to everyone who's already paid. But the deadline will be coming up, so I'll start reaching out to you guys to try to lock all that in for our big tailgate coming up. And salute to Chef Kevin Gilbert, baby. Shout out to Arthur. Scotty, can't walk with franchise tag applied. One will be staying, maybe, but again, we have to see here. Here are all the free agents. Okay. Oh, Alan Lazard. How did I forget about him? Yeah. So he's a free agent. You got Cisco. You got John Simpson. Quincy Williams is a free agent. What are you doing there? AVT. That's another big one. Let me see. Brees Hall's a free agent. Let me see. Is there anyone else big on this list I'm not thinking about? Chukwuma Okorafor, shout out to my boy. And then we're getting into no names. So yeah, the potential franchise tag guys are really John Simpson, although he's going to be that much older. He'll be 28 next year, and then on the verge of 29. So that'll be a personal choice, I suppose. You got Quincy Williams, but he'd be 29, about to be 30. Are the Jets going to invest that much into the off-ball linebacker position with what they invested in Jamie Sherwood? That's a big question mark. Probably the two franchise tag guy, or three rather, are one of the two guards. Now here's the negative, okay? For franchise tag, there's a franchise tag loophole. I think I wrote about this recently. For franchise tags on the offensive line, they do not designate by position. So there's not a franchise tag for offensive tackles, franchise tag for guards, franchise tag for centers. There's just an overall franchise tag for offensive linemen, which for certain position that hurts. Most positions that helps because you get more money than you would otherwise. So that's the other dangerous part for the Jets is you don't want to pay the franchise tag number for a position that doesn't make sense. For instance, I think the Ravens had that with the fifth-year option on Tyler Linderbaum and how they had to do it because of the money not making sense. So they have to try to work around it. So same thing for the franchise tags too. But I would you're probably right, Scott. That's probably one of the guards. But the other sneaky one is Brees, right? Let's say Brees kills it this year and the Jets are like, We could slap the old tag on Brees. He's 24. We slap the tag on him. We keep him for another year, and we play that game. But you do have one franchise tag to use that whatever you want to use it on. Yeah. Lucas says, I hope to God this offensive line stays strong all year. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Alon says, Brees could be dealt at the trade deadline if Jets start 2-6. That, in that world that you just painted, I guess that could be possible. Sure. R&R here. The biggest change in this team will be coaching, and more coaching. I agree. I think it's going to be a tremendous difference because I don't think you could get worse. How much better can you get? I guess we're going to sort of figure that out moving forward. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. There you go, Jared B. with the countdown. 97 days until the first game of the season. Oh, baby. I can't wait. Let's go. Hit it. I can't wait, baby. It's going to be magical. Absolutely magical. I can't wait. That's going to be awesome. Let's keep going through your guys' comments. And again, send in your raffle tickets. You guys only have 3 days left. Today, tomorrow, and Saturday. We'll be drawing a winner for the game coin and full-size signature football on Sunday, June 1st. We'll probably do our normal conversation with Matt Lombardo, and then we'll do the giveaway when we open up the phone lines in the second half of that show on Sunday. For those wondering. Good morning, everyone, says Mike Dems. F you, Alon. Oh, there you go. Universal hate for Alon. Yes, I can respect that. Let's see. Smash the like button 100%. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. Appreciate you. This is a free way to contribute. Hennessy Heisman in the chat. Hassan Reddick, no show at Bucks OTAs. Big surprise. LOL. I couldn't believe that was real. I thought that was fake. Come on, man. How does Hassan Reddick's agent not tell him, like, hey, dude, you at least have to show up for the first one because there's going to be a lot of storylines if you don't. And he didn't, so. Yikes. Alon says, I could see our starting guards being Simpson and Tittman. Could be. I'd rather keep Tittman at center. I like what I've seen from him at center. But I understand that potential possibility if we start getting funky. Shout out to Zach Hepson here. Incel Alon. Indy Jets. Hey, Pop's here on the chat. Hey now. There you go. Pop's here on the chat. Very nice. Good to see Hop on Pop. At the Bucharest airport. There you go. Okay. There you go. Boy Green Daily International, baby. We got 400 people in the room. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. I wonder what the airport snacks are at the Bucharest airport. Is that something you're willing to dip your toes in the water on? That's a good question. Very good question. Jared B says, once you get under 100 days, it comes quick. Can't wait. Again, we got OTAs this week, OTAs next week, mandatory minicamp after that. So that part, I imagine, is going to go really fast. And then you have that big lull for like a month between the end of mandatory minicamp and the beginning of Jets training camp. And hopefully we got a lot of cool content for you guys to try to help pass the time. Pop says it. Take the like button to Pound Town, baby. Yes. Please do. JACK, total touchdowns for Fields, over under 30. If we're combining passing and rushing, I think Fields is going to be a monster. He's tush push central. We get within the 3-yard line. I think they're just going to ramrod this guy into the end zone. Not great news for Brees Hall fantasy owners, but 30 is a lot, obviously. We haven't had many quarterbacks, surpass a 30 touchdown total. But if you're combining passing and rushing, I'll take the over. I'll take the over. I'll drink the Kool-Aid. Yeah, if you're combining both, I like that. Let's go to Troy Sturgis, a recent new member to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Love seeing him get interactive here on the chat. As much as I like Brees, I don't see him getting signed. We have some good young talent behind him, just not a have to, for me, sign others. That's a good point, that you're going to have to make some big boy decisions. Literally, you can't pay everyone. I guess unless you're the Eagles, you could pay everyone. But yeah, you have to figure out who are you worth signing, who is not. And man, the thing is, Troy, I get so tantalized when you watch the Brees Hall tape from early in his career, the home run hitting, you're like, wow, look at this superstar, young, speedy running back the Jets have. And it's just been glimpses and flashes. And you're like, oh, I want to see that again. So hopefully we get that this year. I'd love for Brees to stay here. I like Brees a lot. But it's a business at the end of the day. So Pop will let us know on that. Okay, let us know on the snacks available at the Bucharest airport. Please do. Please do. Hey, B-Max back, baby. Bounce to baby. Welcome back, B-Mac. Good to see you, pal. Hennessy says, I wish we could win games on paper. We'd have a chip by now. We'd have several. We have so many off-season Super Bowl trophies. It is ridiculous. Yeah, that's true. A lot of that love, for sure. A lot of love. I'm seeing 4 wins, 6 or 7 wins, 9 or 8 wins. To me, I could totally see a 9-8 season if Justin Fields has a type of year I think he can have. I think 9-8 and being in contention for that last wild card spot is totally possible for the green and white. That's what I think. But hey, you can let me know what you think. Let's do this. Let's open up the phone lines, baby, here on the program. If you'd like to call in, now is the time to do so. YouTube.com/BoyGreen25, excuse me, as my body implodes. That is youtube.com/BoyGreen25. We're streaming live on Facebook at BoyGreen25, Twitter at BoyGreen25, and for our audio-only listeners, a special shout-out to you. I know we got a lot of them out there. Who do we have? One of our audio-only listeners, let me see. I've been getting a lot of emails lately. Darian. I thought so. I want to make sure I got it right. Darian listens on the audio-only version, and he's coming out to the Boy Green Tailgate. So salute to Darian. Him and his wife are coming out to the tailgate. Awesome. Can't wait to meet you, Darian. Who was it? There's been a few others. Hep or somebody else. Someone else found us on audio only and then jumped on over. Oh, Philium. I think FL Phil 98 found it on Spotify, he said. And then he came over, and now he's a part of the family. So there's a lot of different ways to get over here. It's been pretty cool, and I can't wait to meet a lot of you. It's going to be awesome. This is going to be a tailgate for the ages, baby. And we're running out of spots. So, again, I'll give one more plug before we open up the phone lines here. I am hosting a Jets tailgate and game. It's a big extravaganza package for the Week 5 New York Jets versus Dallas Cowboys game. I'm not going to be opening this up to social media and going crazy. I want just our Boy Green Coffee Club members that hear of this either by word of mouth or from me that want to come, and then we're going to have a kick-ass party, and then maybe in the future we'll expand it beyond that. So I will not be blasting this out on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. We're going to rock with the group we have, and we have around 50 right now, somewhere in that ballpark. So if you guys want to come, this will be a last call of sorts. And you want to come to this tailgate, Chef Kevin Gilbert's cooking all the food before the game, which is awesome. You guys can buy a tailgate ticket with that. We're all going to sit together. If you show your interest and can get your money in here within the next week or change, I can guarantee, that we can all sit together. So more details on that. It's $300 per person. You get a Jets Cowboys ticket with that. You get a tailgate ticket with that, food and drink included. The chef menu is incredible. And you get a Jets Cowboys commemorative t-shirt, baby, to remember the event forever. So you get all of that for 300 bones, baby. If you want an additional parking pass, that's $45. That is gold level parking. That's the cheapest the Jets can give it out for. But just note, if you buy a parking pass through me, you have to buy a Jets ticket through me. So you can't just show up to the tailgate and get a parking pass. I can't give it to you for that price. Unfortunately, you'll have to try to get that through the New York Jets. But hey, anyone else that has any interest, reach out to me on any social media that is at BoyGreen25, BOY, Green the Color 25. I'm on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or email me, Paul, AESDENJR@gmail.com. Again, that is Paul, PAUL, the letter, ESDENJR@gmail.com. And you guys can feel free to hit me up with interest. Say, hey, Paul, whoa, I just heard about this. I want to come to the tailgate, or I want to come to the game. I want to do everything. Whatever it is, let me know, and we'll get to you. We'll add you to the list. But all that's coming pretty quick. The money's going to be due here in the next week, and we're going to be moving and grooving, baby. So make sure you guys are in the loop from that perspective. All right, we'll play a Hep song, and we got more coming up. Boy Green Daily continues after this.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, Jets. Let's go.
You heard Hep. Let's bleeping go, baby. This is going to be amazing. I can't wait. Phone lines are now open. That is youtube.com/boygreen25. And as my pop says, what a bargain for a great ticket, great food, great times. I'm just looking forward to meeting everybody, to be honest with you. So it's going to be pretty gosh darn exciting. I just can't wait. Joe Boom Jet says, left field take here. If a speed demon wide receiver like Tyreek Hill or Jameson Williams wants to be traded and the Jets are a subpar 500 team, do you trade for one of them? No, I do not. Jameson maybe because he's so young. Tyreek's older. So maybe that's a different conversation. It depends on the value, I suppose. But no, we saw last year that a desperate sub-500 Jets team made a trade for Devontae Adams to try to save the season, and it didn't work. And we lit a third-round pick on fire. Now, while it will always be cool to tell my grandkids one day, oh, Devontae Adams played for us once, add to the list of all the other guys that had a cup of coffee with us, I guess that'll be cool. I'll probably buy a Devontae Adams jersey for $5 if I see it at like a Marshall's or something. But probably not. Definitely not Tyreek Hill. Jameson maybe, again, because he's so young. He's like 24 or something. He maybe, if the price is right. But I think they accepted the fifth-year option. That's a Garrett class, obviously. So he has 2 years left on his rookie deal. So if you traded for him like around the deadline, that'd be about a year and a half on his deal. He would want to get paid. You sort of have to figure out the numbers on that. But yes, I'd be open to that possibility. The more I'm sort of talking myself into it, Joe Boom. Definitely not Tyreek Hill, though. And that would go against the move in silence action that Aaron Glenn has been spitting out in the universe. That would go against that. Taylor Sterling says, I'm looking for one win in week one. There is nothing more I would enjoy than Aaron Glenn starting off the new era by opening up a can of whoop ass on Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's nothing I would want more. Nothing. J-Boy saying, I have no problem sending 10 gifted if I have to get rid of BMAC. Oh, boy. BMAC, the threat's been put out there. You better be careful, buddy boy. Better be careful, J-Boy. That is the bounty, as it always is. It is a 10-pack of Boy Green Coffee Club memberships being gifted. We'll send BMAC once again to the grinder, and BMAC has been the only one, quite frankly, that's gone to the grinder. It's only his. He keeps getting shoved in this padded room by himself. I'm sure he's like, what the hell is going on right now? Yeah. My pop says another option is swiping right on Tinder. Wow, he's more in tune on this hoopla than I am. I didn't live in the Tinder era. Luckily, I was happily taken before that, for sure. Troy Sturgis here. Would love to go. Have to wait for next year. Hopefully, there's going to be an annual thing. BG also just saying I live in the same town as Isaiah Davis grew up in. I followed him through high school. Wow, that's so cool, Troy. Yes, I would love for this to be an annual thing. I hope it is. We did it sort of last year, but I sort of glommed onto someone else. This is my own thing. I set up through the Jets. I gave them the deposit. I'm working with Woody to put all this together for that perspective of trying to do it. So, yeah, I'm really excited. I want this to be an annual thing. And I think it's going to go off without a hitch this year. And I plan on being bigger and better than ever every year. I've got high goals. I want this to be an awesome experience for everybody. So, Troy, that's okay. I've heard a couple of people say, man, maybe next year. And that's okay. If you can, that'd be great. And by the way, the Isaiah Davis thing, that's cool. I'll tell you my story. Eventually, I want to get it framed. It's a jersey I have. It's autographed. It's so cool. A lot of people be confused and I'll have to explain it all the time. But AJ Green, he went to Somerville High School in my town in South Carolina, and people locally wrote papers about him saying, ooh, he's the next Randy Moss. So he was this great story for us in fishing lake town, Somerville, South Carolina. Oh, AJ Green, he's going to break through our hillbilly town, and he's going to do something. And we always said that about AJ. And then he freaking goes to Georgia. We're like, Georgia, holy bleep, Georgia. What a massive college. Like, that's so cool. And then he said top 5 pick in the NFL. We're all like, what the? And then he has this awesome career. So, yeah, I have an AJ Green autographed jersey that I do want to put up on the wall in honor of AJ Green. And people may just say, oh, Boy Green, is that why he did it? No, well, no, that's not why. I mean, his last name is Green, but no, that's not why I would have done that. So I will eventually get that framed to put it on this back wall here. Which would be pretty cool. But that Isaiah Davis story is pretty cool, Jackrabbit. So, Troy, hopefully we see you next year, man. All right, let's go to the phone lines. We got old Hepster. What's up, Hep?
Hey, Paul, I caught your show yesterday. The new show you got going on?
That was crazy. Yeah.
The Man-Child show?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Weird Survivor last night. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Brandon showing up there. How did it go? How many people did you get in there?
That's a good question. I'll have to go look at the numbers after to see if we picked up anything else. But live on the show, we had like 200 or 300 people randomly. Like I don't think I really told many people that it would be live or randomly last night, outside of a few whispers that maybe it would happen. So yeah, it was cool. I mean, some Jet fans were very confused because I saw a few people come in there and say, "Yeah, Jets. Wait, what's going on here?" And I had to go, "Oh well, you know, occasionally there may be some other things. Don't worry, I won't put any Bill stuff over here, any Giant stuff in. None of that will be over here, but." Maybe occasionally fantasy football, maybe occasionally NFL, maybe some occasionally Survivor stuff as I'm trying to help that other channel blow up, MC Show Digital. But yeah, it was fun last night. It was cool just to ham it up because I know we have a few Jet fans that are Jets and Survivor fans. So it was sort of cool to get some cross-pollination. Jared, I saw Badshaw in there last night. There's a bunch, so I don't want to miss anybody. But yeah, it was a lot of fun last night. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's not a bad, start off. 200 or 300 people in the show.
No, that was cool. Yeah, nice, not bad.
And so we're still up to about 40 or 50, like we're just under 50 or something for this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check through the numbers one more time because we're getting a few stragglers, a few people. Like I said, like audio only listeners. I got 2 emails or so. I'm like, oh man, I want to go. I'm like, okay, let's figure it out. So, but the number's hovering around 50 right now, which to me is a great number. And I think, I heard and major props. My fiance's right about everything, which she loves to hear. But specifically, we're sort of talking about this tailgate. And at first, when I was talking to Chef Kevin Gilbert, all cards on the table, I'm like, I don't know how many people are going to want to come watch it with me because this is like my first year doing it. I'm like, maybe 25, I tell Chef. And then we get the 70 number, like, holy shit. And then all of a sudden, then sort of gets back down to like the 40, 45-ish range. And then I was talking to my fiance and I was saying, hey, should I just blast the shit out of this? Should I just go to Twitter and every social media I have and scream for the rooftops, Boy Green Tailgate, come on down, and get like as many people as possible? And she said, I don't think so. She said, let's just give it to basically the Boy Green Coffee Club members that heard about it and all showed interest. Let's not blast out to the universe and then get a bunch of extra people that or whatever. If you do that in the future, she was basically saying, like, who cares? More Jet fans, the better. That's awesome. But she said for this first one, just kill it with the group that you have, whatever that group ends up being. And like I said, right now the number's hovering around 50 and have an awesome time. And then if it expands in the future, great. But the more she talked about that, the more I agreed. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, screw all those people. It's all the people that have heard about it in whatever way they have. We'll save it for those people this year.
For those people who can't go to this year but want to go for the following year, a good suggestion would be for every game, just take $10, put it in a cup. Then by the end of the season, you got yourself $170,
mm-hmm.
And then it's not such a bad hit for the following year.
That's a great idea, Happen to be honest, for anything really that you want to buy in life, to do that. Because you don't think about it. If we have money in our pocket, we find ways to spend it. We just find ways to spend it. So if you're just committed to your point and do that, and hopefully it's less of a financial burden, because here was the balance that I wanted to do for this Jets Cowboys thing, as we're doing like this local, a town hall that's happening here right now. And I would just say that I didn't want terrible tickets. Like we're watching it with God. Now, there's not a bad seat in the house. You can watch anything, but I wanted, if we were going to do this every year, that it doesn't have to be front row. That would be cool one year, I guess, if something works out. But like it just really good seats, and then we're all enjoying each other's company. So so that was my fine balance. If I didn't want the cheapest ticket in the house or the opponent that sucks the most, right? Like, so for people that don't know, because it's the Cowboys, obviously it's more expensive. For the Carolina Panthers, it was the cheapest that it could possibly be, but it's the Panthers and it's at whatever point in the season. So opponent matters. The most expensive ticket. So the Jets, when they reach out to you, they like say, hey, here's the map, basically. Here's here's the most expensive opponent, the cheapest opponent. And the most expensive opponent on was the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was week 1, Steelers, all of that. So it was the most expensive ticket. The second most expensive ticket was the Cowboys. And that means like normal seats, I'll make this up. The 300 seat, the same seat for all these games are all different prices, even though it's the same seat. So Panthers is this much, Cowboys this much, Steelers is this much. So I tried to balance it out, saying, what's most important? This. But 100%, Hep, I hope people take your vow here because it'd be awesome. I want to make it as affordable as possible for people. It's for me, it's probably going to be a once-a-year thing. I mean, I guess technically if I live closer, it could blow up even more. But I like the one-a-year thing. We just kill it once a year, and it's something we can all just sort of work into our normal, hey, we got to go to the tailgate again this year,
This is the pilgrimage. Okay.
That's right.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. Have a good message. And again, for anyone, just save up your shekels for next year. I would love to have you guys all there, and we'll have a good time. We'll also be filming it, so you guys will get to be able to catch, some of that through the universe on YouTube and social medias and things of that nature. So we'll definitely work some of those in. Oh, Rika the Pup. See, now you're talking my language, baby. Those old school Andy Dalton, AJ Green stacks was money in fantasy football. As a matter of fact, Andy Dalton was taken in that second round out of TCU, the same draft. And sometimes you get that pairing of quarterback, wide receiver, right? We thought the Browns might do it with Travis Hunter, Shador, but obviously they traded back and that didn't happen. But I love it when you get those sort of stacks where you get the rookie quarterback and the rookie wide receiver paired on the same year. AJ Green, that's so cool. It's so insane that he had, to me, I think he's going to be in the Hall of Fame one day, and that would be absolutely insane. I would 100% go to Canton for that. But yes, I do have an autographed AJ Green jersey that I got. Shout out to my buddy Joshua. I would absolutely love to put that up here somewhere in display. I also have a couple other autographed jerseys. Santonio Holmes, that's one that I got autographed personally in Cortland. I got a Sauce Gardner autographed jersey. I want to, frame it all up and put it back here as part of the man cave. So hopefully in the near future, I just got to go through the process of getting them all framed. So right now, no one gets to really appreciate them, but yeah. JACK, I'm glad you asked. So I'm going to bring this up here. What's the new show? People are asking. So 1 second. I'm going to pull it up here on the screen, and you guys can see this action happening here. All right. One moment. Here we go. Let me pull it up here on the screen as not smoothly as possible. All right. So here it is. I'm going to throw it up here on the screen so you guys can see the YouTube channel. So I've been, not just me, because, I wasn't here for all of it, but this radio show has been on air for 24 years last week. And the radio show is called The Man Show of Boy Green. Before it was called The Man Show of Boy Green, it was called Bud and the Man Show. And anywho, I've been a part of the radio show for like 10 years. And this radio show has been terrestrial radio for 24 years, but now we're going completely digital. What does that mean? It basically is Boy Green Daily. It's a digital show that you guys can tune into on the internet, and there's going to be all kinds of fun stuff. So this is the channel. You guys can go search it out on YouTube, open up a new tab right now, go to your phone, write it down somewhere. The handle is at MC Show Digital, or you can just type in the whole name and it'll pop up too. The Man Shout Show with Boy Green Digital. Feel free to go check it out. Basically, what it means in short form is more Boy Green. It's not going to affect Boy Green Daily at all. This show's going to keep rocking. Boy Green Meets Woody's going to keep rocking. This is not going to affect anything. It's just going to give you more of me. So there's going to be Jets content. There's going to be Giants content. There's going to be Bills content, NFL content, fantasy football content, Survivor content, NBA playoff content. I mean, there's going to be everything. And to me, the best part of it, because, like, for instance, on this show, it's Jets content 24/7. And I love it. 365. Every bleeping day, it's Jets content. And I love it. I'm a diehard Jets fan. I love giving you guys Jets content. However, for my radio show, it's not just Jets content. There will be Jets content that's exclusive over there that I'll tell you guys is over there. But there's all kinds of content. There's going to be, like I said, Giants, Bills, NFL, fantasy football, Survivor last night. We had a spontaneous moment of a Survivor show where my good buddy Brett LaBelle, who is on season 33 of Survivor, Millennials versus Gen X. We've been doing radio interviews forever, talking Survivor, but for the first time ever, we did a video interview last night to react to the Survivor season 50 cast. So this new show, again, is called The Man Child Show at Boy Green Digital. You guys can look it up right now. We have 3 videos out there, 3 interviews. Brett LaBelle for like 40 minutes live last night. Solomon Wilcots, former NFL player, and Sal Capaccio, our Buffalo Bills sideline reporter. We're going to have a ton more content. In less than a month, we will be full-time on this YouTube channel that you see. Right now, you're going to see select moments because I still have to go to the radio show. For instance, after this show, I'm hosting the Man Child Show Boy Green solo today, so you're going to catch a lot of NFL content. Hopefully, you guys can hop over for that. But yeah, so I hope you guys can jump over, subscribe. We got 500 people in the room right now. I hope you guys all check out the show. We only have like 40-something subscribers, so if we could get it to a couple hundred, that'd be sweet. So any help you guys can do there would be awesome. And like I said, my favorite part about this new show, besides the digital part where it'll be accessible to more of you, the number 2 part, I guess, is that you guys can watch whatever you want. I know some of you are Jet fans and Survivor fans. Some of you aren't, but you can literally watch what you prefer. If you like NFL content on top of all Jets, watch it. If you don't. If you like the Survivor stuff, watch the Survivor stuff. If you like fantasy football, watch your fantasy football. And there'll be live content that you guys can interact with. So I hope you guys get a real kick out of it. I'm really looking forward to this new era of this program. And like I said, it's just going to be more of me for you guys. So thanks for the question, Jack. And yeah, baby, it's going to be awesome. So again, the Man Show with Boy Green Digital. There you go. Hope you guys can enjoy it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Scotty's still pushing the Keenan Allen 1 year thing. I respect it. There you go. Daniel, our resident Dolphins fan here in the chat. I know all Dolphins players suck according to Jet fans. I don't think all of them, but there's some. There's some that suck some big eggs. That's for sure. Terrence Hill, start small and watch it grow. 100%. We're going to keep pouring our energies and resources into it, and it's going to continue to grow and be a part of the growing family. I appreciate all the support already of people jumping over there. That's meant a lot. Thank you. Luca here. Keenan Allen would be a great addition. Curious if he doesn't want to come to New York post June 1st signing at this point, but I'm sure it'll be before minicamp. That is true. In a couple of days, obviously, we're going to get some more moolah. $22 million and change added to the cap, so that could be some more moves coming around the horizon. That is true. That could be coming. Rico the Pup. Watcher with God is a fun way to say nosebleed seats. That's true. And like I said, when you're around the people you love or enjoy being with, you don't really give a shit about the seats, in all honesty. But with that being said, it's cooler if you have awesome seats. So that was part of it. So I know that for some people, the 300 bones for all that stuff is expensive for some of you. NFL games are just expensive. So I try to make it as cheap as possible. And hopefully, like I said, it lines up with you guys next year. And I want you guys to know that I want you guys to get the best bang for your buck. So I'm not trying to get you the cheapest seat in the house. I'm not trying to get you the cheapest opponent. We're doing it once a year, and I hope we can do it up big within reason. Yeah. Troy Sturda says, most definitely have safe for this coming from Missouri. Yeah, we got a lot of people coming from all kinds of places. Florida, Carolina. I have 2 or 3 people that are flying from California, so salute to them. Yeah, we've got a lot of people, which is pretty freaking cool. Michael Nara saying, J-Boy, thank you for the membership. Go Jets. Yeah, pay it forward, baby. Either gift a membership yourself, Michael, or make sure you hit the resign button at the end of the month to keep the Boy Green Coffee Club perks going. You get them for free for a month, and then you'll get an email to re-sign, so feel free. Yeah. Oof, a lot of Knicks hate. Yeah, there you go. Oof. Oh, wow. People really want BMAC on. Again, that would be, 10 memberships gifted would send BMAC to the grinder, if that's what you guys want to do. Hey, I don't mind having other opinions in here, so, if you guys don't want to send him to the grinder, that's fine. I love that guy. Hey, Gator McCluskey. Loved the first Survivor episode. Big fan. So big salute to Gator. And I want to give another shout out to Gator. You saw it last night with our MC show digital, you don't see it when I'm solo, but my Boy Green Daily, right? The template you see with the moving stuff and the coffee club and the coffee being poured and all that stuff. Gator made all of our new branding and imaging that I just showed you on the screen there for the Man Show Boy Green Digital. So massive salute to Gator. If you guys need intro videos done, templates done, or anything of that nature, reach out to Gator for that. And we're actually going to be working on, because I heard Brett complain about it at the end of the interview we did with Brett. He says, what the hell? What's up with all these footballs? So we have to now make a Survivor template. So I'm coming back to Gator to get a Survivor template because Brett was not thrilled with a on-fire football. He's like, this is Survivor. We need Survivor. He gets all his Massachusetts in there. So we will be investing in another template there for our Survivor fans. We'll be doing more of that content. But thank you so much, Gator. Let's see. Terry Bradshaw's take on Rodgers is hilarious. It was funny. I mean, it's very Terry Bradshaw. He is willing to speak his mind on a variety of topics. Yeah. And I respect it. Yeah. I respect it. Okay, we got a super chat coming up here. Let's go. How about them Jets with a $4.99 super chat? Every time I get a super chat, hear from my daughters, right, Luna? Wow. How about them Jets? Let's add that to your previous total here. Okay. All right. Nice. You just picked yourself up with your previous raffle tickets. 2 more raffle tickets. You got 3 of them for our contest this month. Shout out to you. How about them Jets? You're $2 away from another raffle ticket. BG, who is your favorite all-time Jet? Mine was number 19, drafted in 1996. We'll know tomorrow if I can make the tailgate. Go Jets. Oh, awesome. Great. So I will hold out and wait for that. How about them Jets? So let me know. You can reach out to me in all those ways I said. Who's my favorite all-time Jet? What a great question. So you're a Keyshawn Johnson. It was number 19 drafted, or jersey number 19, I assume, is what you're talking about there. I will tell you, for me, and we're talking about all-time Jets, I will tell you one of my favorites all-time is none other. There's no question about it. I was about to just say Keyshawn Johnson. It's not Keyshawn Johnson. It's Jericho Cotchery. But salute. I know you're talking about Keyshawn Johnson, the number 1 overall pick in 1996. But yeah, he's a good one. To me, it's Jericho Cotchery. Again, a couple years ago, Jericho Cotchery was doing some stuff with One Jets Drive. You know, they're like film part of the building. And me and Jericho somehow ran into each other digitally, not in person. And Jericho Cotchery followed me on social media. I'm like, Jericho Cotchery followed little old me? Okay. And he messaged me, and we've done charity stuff together and all this other kinds of stuff. And so we've gotten close over the years, as close as you could get without meeting someone in person. And I just have kept pinching myself about Jericho. And I already loved Jericho before. Tough as nails guy, 4th round pick, 2004, grinded his way. So many awesome moments in his career. And I don't know if everyone would say Jericho Cotchery, but I know I would. So Jericho Cotchery is 100% up there for me. Now, this is a controversial answer, the one I'm about to give, because his Jets career was so short. But LaDainian Tomlinson, when I was growing up, I was a running back. That was my primary position in high school. And I grew up around running back. My father, obviously, is a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan. So Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, LaDainian Tomlinson, I mean, Reggie Bush. I had all these running backs, and I'm not saying like Reggie Bush, you may not put in that same category as the others, but for me, that's why my jersey number is 25. Boy Green 25, where's the 25 from? It was my jersey number in high school, and I wore it because I wanted to be the next Reggie Bush. That's a true story. There's for your future trivia night. And yeah, so there's all these running backs I idolize. I try to watch their tape and take things and implement it into my own game as a running back. And LaDainian Tomlinson, again, was only here for a short time, but he was one of my favorite players in the league, obviously not Jet related. Then he signed with the Jets, and I went, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. LaDainian Tomlinson, LT's a Jet. And then we have the AFC Championship run, which was awesome to have the LT on that team. And it was sad because we lost Thomas Jones, obviously, and I love Thomas, but, you know, it is what it is. And yeah, LaDainian's one of my favorite Jets. Again, a very brief Jets career, but impactful. So I am very proud to always pull out the LaDainian Tomlinson Jets jersey I have in my closet. He's up there. Jerko Kotry's up there. And we have all the classic favorites, right? Curtis Martin. How can he not be on the list? Jets like that. Lavernius Coles is another favorite of mine. I loved Lavernius Coles. My fat ass does not fit in that 87 Lavernius Coles jersey I have in the back of my closet. I'll have to give that to my son when he gets old enough to wear that. My Chad Pennington jersey, I love Chad. I have that jersey back when I was like in middle school. So I still have that Chad Pennington jersey. He's on that list. So those are a couple of guys. Lavernius, Jerko Kotry, Chad Pennington, LaDainian Tomlinson. There's a couple, but a great question. I love when we get super chats like this. And we'll know tomorrow about the tailgate. Awesome. How about them, Jets? Just reach out to me when you know. Super cool. I love questions where we can dive deep into stuff like this. Super cool. Thank you. How about them, Jets? All right, let's go to the phone lines. Ah, yes. Scotty. You got it on.
Okay, so
Yeah.
even the Jet haters and the Nick haters know that
Yeah.
it's not over tonight. It's too good
Okay.
to be over tonight.
It's
BG.
been tasty. I hope it's not over.
It's going to be tasty because here's the thing. Indy will be coming on soon, I'm sure. The game 6 is going to be the key game, as I said. If they can figure out that game, how delicious is it going to be in the Garden for game 7? Now, if you're really a Nick hater, that's where you want us to lose. You don't want us to lose in 5. Why would you want us to lose in 5? You want us to lose in 7. Now, that will cause pain. But for all those haters out there, look, it's just been a great season, and that's what we want for our Jets. We want to have a great season. So, winning trophies is what it's all about.
Sure.
Okay?
Right.
Winning trophies is what it's all about, but I'd be very happy for us to push it to another game, go back to, Indy's Palace and steal it. What do you think?
I agree with you that again, game 5, I have a lot of confidence. So you've already said previously you don't believe what I'm about to say is about to happen. And I don't know if what I'm about to say is about to happen, but the one that comes to mind, obviously, is right. The same situation. Knicks Celtics. We go to game 5, and Knicks fans like, Knicks in 5, Knicks in 5. And I'm like, the Celtics have too much damn pride as the defending champs. They're not going down like this. They're gonna come freaking guns a-blazing. Now, they may use all the ammo they have and then game 6 will roll over, and that's exactly what happened, but they are not going down like this. So that's what I thought, and that's what we had, and the Celtics ran away with it. Knicks start benching starters with a couple minutes ago, and they're like, all right, fine, this ain't our night, but we'll get you back, and they did. So for the Knicks, it's using the emotional juice that's at the Mecca that clearly is going to be there for game 5 tonight and going crazy. But again, to the key point of hope and learning for the Celtics, saying like, well, we can't use everything because this ain't game 7, but it is our game 7, because if we don't win this one, it doesn't matter about what the plan is for this or this, because you got to win tonight. You got to win 3 straight elimination games, but it's one at a time. It's piece by piece. So yeah, I would be surprised if the Knicks rolled over and died tonight. That would, like Minnesota last night. Good Lord. Like that would stun me if that's what happens with the Knicks tonight.
I agree with you. I mean, look, Minnie was on the road. The Knicks are at home. I just think their whole season has been built on resilience, mental toughness. I think they're going to be playing for their coach. I know there's a lot of stuff out there about Tibbs, being fired. I don't know what your thoughts are about that. I think that's crazy.
Wow. Yeah,
I mean, even this morning, there is a bunch of shows talking about Tibbs going. So, look, I think the Knicks are going to win game 5. Didn't guarantee we're going to win the series, but I like our chances playing Indy in that game 6, and one game to win it all. Come on, that would be so amazing, even for the haters out there. Come on, that's the drama you want. So, yeah, let's go. I'm looking forward to tonight. I do want you to wear this shirt though, BG. So
I'm sure you do.
I'm crossing my fingers that Chef Kevin got us a year. I'm hoping that I see you in this.
Not only not wear a year, but you pick the year. Yeah, I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Okay.
I mean, you're going to be wearing this shirt a lot. So for those guys who want to see you in a Nick jersey, come on, man, jump on the bandwagon. BG's going to be wearing a Nick jersey.
There you go. 2-2. That could be happening in the near future. Scotty. All right, let's go more Knicks. Johnny Boy here on the program. What's up, Johnny?
Hey, what up, BG? What's going on, man? Hey, what's your thoughts on the pickleball tournament that's going on right now? It's pretty exhilarating.
Yeah, big shout out. Again, speaking of Solomon Wolcott, we just had on the show, he is an advocate for pickleball, and that's one of the things he was promoting during our interview. So he is a big pickleball guy. So I've never played pickleball, but hey, man, I have a lot of love for the sport from afar. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, now I came on here because you started talking about some of the Jet players that you follow, but I wanted to ask you, what were some of the non-Jet players that you liked growing up? So, for example, I was a big I like running backs, right? So I loved Marshall Falk when he was with the Rams.
Yeah, he's
and
awesome.
That whole squad with the greatest whatever on turf.
The greatest show on turf. Yeah,
it was pretty dope, man. So, but I wanted to get your thoughts. Like, what other players you follow that you were like, damn, man, I wish he would have been a Jet type of thing.
Yeah.
So,
easy peasy. And come on, some of the receivers. T.O. I love T.O. T.O. is one of my favorites. I loved his passion. I loved his energy. He has such a crazy story. If people don't know, it's somewhere in this. It's back here because I'm always so fat. I'm standing in front of the bookshelf. But I've got like 3 rows of sports books back here. One of them is the T.O. biography that I stole from like my middle school library 20 years ago. So sorry about that. So T.O. for sure, one of my favorites. I think he's the second greatest receiver of all time. Like guys like Ocho Cinco. I loved Ocho, and I loved the battles he had with Revis. So, like from afar, come on, man. Ocho was awesome. He was one of my favorite players. Like, here's another random one, right? So those are a lot of big players, like Darren Sproles. I was a Darren Sproles guy. I love Darren, and the little guy. It was a little bit of everywhere. I love Darren. I love those powder blue Chargers teams. So I have a soft place in my heart for Vincent Jackson. God rest his soul. LaDainian, who ended up coming over here, Antonio Cromartie, who ended up coming over here, loved Grow on those teams. Oh, here's another one, Bob Sanders. I don't know if people remember Bob Sanders, the little safety that played for the Chargers and Colts, most notably the Colts. A shorter guy, laid the freaking lumber on Madden. He was the guy that you hit stick the bleep out of people. I was a big Bob Sanders guy too, so he would be on the list for sure. Those are a couple. Those are a couple of guys.
I like the Warwick Dunn. Right, I mean,
there
Dunn
you go.
Was a beast. Corey Dillon when he was with the Bengals.
Oh,
you remember that year that he broke the record?
Mm-hmm.
A quarterback that I do like that doesn't get a lot of don't get a lot of love, but that dude was massive, man. Is Carson Palmer, man.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah. I like with the whole Ocho Cinco and all of them and everything. He was over there for a while. So yeah, man. I thought that was pretty cool, pretty different. Like what other players you liked growing up, watching them play, and be like, damn, I wish, they were a Jet and everything. But all right, man. Well, hey, go Knicks tonight, right?
Yeah.
Let's go Mets, and hey, pickleball. Let's talk about it.
There you go. Let's go. Let's spread awareness. Bing bong. There he is, Johnny. And I love that question. It just gets me thinking football nostalgia, right? Where names like work. I haven't thought about that. And then Cadillac Williams going over there, like crazy ass players. Yeah, there's a lot. Wow. I mean, names are flying like nobody's business. That's great. Let me highlight some comments here. We'll get back to the phone lines as well because I saw a lot of people threw in some stuff. So first off, shout out to Dave Briga. Paul, it's my birthday today. I've lasted through all the losing by the grace of God. We'll be around for some winning. So come on now, let's give a little additional love for our guy Dave Briga, baby. Happy birthday, buddy, and thank you for always supporting the show, commenting, always being in there. We love you, Dave. So happy birthday, pal. Troy Sturgis, do you have to resign every month or will it be automatically drawn? So Troy, for instance, for you just bought a Boy Green Coffee Club membership. It should resign now every month. You should not have to, or excuse me, I'm an idiot. It should be automatic for you because you bought a Boy Green Coffee Club membership. Now, someone who has gifted it, like they got it for free from like J-Boy or something, you get it for a month. And then at the end of the month, you get an email. Hey, do you want to stay a Boy Green Coffee Club member? And you say, yes, boom. Then it should be automatic. If you say no, then obviously not. So it should be automatic for you, Troy. It should be. But I'll see it in the chat. Like sometimes the membership expires because I'll see like your name. Obviously, you have a loyalty badge next to your name, and eventually you'll be commenting, and all of a sudden it's not there, and I'm like, oh, geez. And then so yeah, you just have to sometimes do it, but most of the time it's automatic. R&R says, in honor of Survivor, let's have BMAC and Alon make fire to stay, a fire making challenge to see who may. I like that idea. That is captivating. A fire making challenge. The winner stays in. The loser goes to Exile Island. Huh? R&R, you're onto something. Luca brought up Revis. Of course, Revis is special. I didn't mention him, but his Revis Fathead is still over there in my man cave over there. So I have a special place in my heart for Revis. It was cool. I went to the Hall of Fame with Revis and Joe Klecko. I got to go to my first ever Hall of Fame. I got to cover it as a media member, so I was up in the press box with like Rich Cimini and Connor Hughes and all those guys up there, which was cool. I got to cover the Hall of Fame game, the Hall of Fame ceremonies. I got to go to the Hall of Fame myself. It was a bucket list item. Super cool. So it was great to see Revis get inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. All Patriots crap and other stuff aside, for sure. My pop giving a shout out to Keyshawn Johnson. Give me the damn ball. That he wrote a book about getting him the damn ball in the middle of his Jets career. I still can't believe that happened. I got to get that book for the shelf, just for shits and giggles, you know? Mike Dem says, worst era of Jets football started after we got rid of Kotchery. Yeah, who is it? Derek Mason? We brought Derek Mason in over Jericho Kotchery? Yeah, boy. What the bleep? Disgusting. And Troy Sturgis says, Wayne Corbett was probably my favorite. Hey, that's a good favorite to have. I like that. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. A lot of good comments. Wanted to make sure I caught up on a bunch of those. So, hey now. Yohom says, Survivor's still a thing? Yeah, they are about to be on their 49th season. 49th season actually is already recorded. That plays this fall. And then season 50 is next year. So Survivor's still a thing. 25 years and strong, baby. And I love to hop on pop, giving a shout out to Ricky Waters. For who, for what? That's the only reason that bastard isn't in the Hall of Fame, as far as I'm concerned. Marion the Barbarian, God rest his soul. That's another great player I used to love. That's why I wore 24 in JV football. I wore the 24 jersey. The reason I wore it, Marion the Barbarian, for my father. 100% for old Marion, who we lost too early. All right, let's go to the phone lines. We got Badshaw here on the show. What's up, Badshaw? Huh? Badshaw? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Oh, we got you now. We got you now, Badshaw. Yeah, we got you.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, y'all talking favorite football players?
Yeah.
You can hear me now?
Yes, yeah. Favorite football players. Who you got?
Dude, obviously Jericho Kotchery.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been cutting in and out. I'm in the backwoods of Arkansas driving around. Leon Washington, I don't know if anybody pointed him out. He was always one of my favorites.
Love Leon.
Bilal Powell.
Yeah, nice.
Powell. Sean Ellis. Ellis, and I noticed in one of your pictures the other day, you had a 92 jersey on, but I don't know if that was for Ellis or Leonard Williams or who you were wearing 92 for.
I wish it was for Sean Ellis. I'm going to be honest. It was not. Our photo shoot at that time when we got the radio show was for Leonard Williams. And, yeah, that is a Leonard Williams jersey. And he ended up changing from that number anyway. It's not like it was 92 at the end. I'm pretty sure he ended up like a different number that I'm not remembering off the top of my head. So, yeah. I wish I could be cool and say Sean Ellis, but it was not.
Well, and I was cutting in and out. I heard you talking about Bob Sanders. So apparently, like Colts fans, that's like their man. I mean, he's been retired for God. So the reason I know this, one of my buddies, he's been a Cowboys fan his whole life. And last year, he just had enough. He burned all of his Cowboys stuff, did some weird ritual, and now he's a Colts fan. And anyway, they like their number one selling shirt, I think, last year was Bring Your Inner Bob. And I was like, what the, who the fuck is Bob. He's like, Bob Sanders, man. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot about Bob Sanders. Like, at Super Bowl with the Bears, I remember I think he played in that
Colts
Super
Bears,
Bowl.
yep.
But the Jets, who are some of
Yeah.
Oh, you hear me?
Yep. Oh, do we got you, Betcha?
Can you hear me?
We lost Batshaw. But I'll speak on a couple of names that he said. Leon Washington, come on. Of course. Leon Washington, one of my favorite players. I love Leon. Who else did he mention? I saw Joe McKnight in the chat. Rest in peace, Joe McKnight, fun player. I remember when he first got drafted. Well, and Joe McKnight obviously is forever connected to Leon Washington. So, the Jets draft Joe McKnight, and a lot of us go, why the hell did we draft Joe McKnight? We got Leon Washington, and then, we get the stupid, this thing. We get the Leon Washington has been traded to Seattle. And I'm like, no. And, there's some random Jets nostalgia for you. And you're like, son of a, what the flying hoot? And we get traded. And then Joe McKnight's a guy, right? And in his first training camp, I can't believe I remember the story. He's like throwing up his guts. That must have been Hard Knocks or something, maybe. And he's throwing up his guts. And Rex Ryan's like, what the bleep? Oh, yeah. Joe McKnight had a rough entry into the NFL, but ultimately he turned it around and was a dynamic player, return man, specialist, doing all this other stuff. So, that's true. But Leon Washington, good pour out there. I love that. Ooh, there were some other names. I guess I didn't highlight. Did I skip over them or did I not highlight them? David Harris. Someone said David Harris. I guess I don't have that in my notes. I thought I pulled that comment aside. Whoever said David Hitman Harris, great choice. David Hitman Harris. I love David Harris. Awesome. One of our favorite Jets. That's a great pull. I thought I pulled your comment aside, so I apologize. But David Harris, great pull. That's a wonderful name. Sean Ellis was another one that obviously Badshaw mentioned. Sean Ellis, the big cat, love Sean Ellis. He's a good name for that list of guys for sure. Here's another random one, Justin Miller. I was a big Justin Miller fan. Justin Miller is on my list for sure. Santana Moss, that's another good choice by Terrence Hill. I got some other Jericho Cotchery clips I'm going to cut up. Jericho Cotchery's first year was Santana Moss's last year with the Jets, and he said they really bonded, so that's cool. Nick Mangold. DeBrickashaw Ferguson is another one. I don't know how I went this long without saying Brick. I've got an autographed pair of Jet shoes back here from DeBrickashaw Ferguson, which is super cool. So I love DeBrickashaw Ferguson. He's 100% on my favorite all-time Jets. I got to interview Nick Mangold. That's super cool. Yeah. Also on Badshaw's story that some Cowboys fan gave up on the Cowboys, went to the Colts. Do you just love the color scheme of blue and white? What happened there? Sort of weird. That doesn't seem to make any sense. But I don't know what happened there. But root out for Bob Sanders. There you go. Bob Sanders. Yep. Sean Ellis, John Abraham, another good call out from our boy Terrence. John Abraham, absolutely. Love it. Oh, John Williams, that's a good pull too. What about old Lamont Jordan? He's doing like a Jets podcast with a guy, I think. Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard the podcast, but I think he does do that. So pour one out there. That's pretty cool. Megatron, that's another one that was on my list of just a guy you just enjoyed watching from afar. Like, holy friggin' crap. Kelvin Megatron Johnson. What a freakish athlete. Big boy. For sure. Barry Sanders was on that list, Hep. That's another good call out there for sure. Let me see if there's anything else. Sweetness, Walter Payton. Sure. I got his book back here. Yep. Revis for sure. Cromartie, I loved a lot. OJ Simpson. There you go. Yeah, he was one of a kind. Yeah, he was one of a kind. That's for sure. All right. Revis. Sure. Of course. Darrelle Revis. Another great choice. Jim Brown. Yeah. If we want to really go back. Yeah, I love Jim Brown. Yeah. God rest his soul. Another one I loved. Pour one out for Floyd Little. God rest his soul. Unfortunately, we've lost a lot of people recently. So he'd be, unfortunately, on that as well. There we go. Some good calls. Okay, I think we got Badshaw back. Let's give him another whirl up. Badshaw.
Hey, I should have better connection. I'm pulling up at work, so I should have better connection now.
We got you. Yeah.
I was trying to ask you, and I was cutting in and out. some of your favorite players, and I was cutting in and out the whole time I was trying to call in, so you may have already said this, but who are some of your favorite players that weren't on the Jets? I know you were talking about Bob Sanders. I did hear that.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me just try to think of like different teams of different eras of players I really enjoyed.
I'll tell you my
go
favorite
ahead.
player.
Give me some. Yeah.
My favorite player is Chuck Bednarik.
Wow,
Time.
Really? Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
and I was telling you the other day, going to the Hall of Fame and all that. I had a DVD and it talked about, basically broke down every Hall of Famer. You could click on any Hall of Famer at the time. I think that was in 2008, and go back. And Chuck Bednarik was a bad motherfucker, and he was the last man to play two ways, both sides of the ball, and he was a Pro Bowl player at both sides. So that's interesting. And he also, if you ever look at a picture of his hands holding a football, they were like, I don't know, they were like, he'd fought in the war, and I think he had like a grenade blew up in his hand or something. I don't know. He's a crazy motherfucker. Wow. But Otto Graham is my favorite quarterback. Fuck Tom Brady. Otto Graham. You look up all his stuff. Look up all his accomplishments. Go on Wikipedia and see all the championships and all that stuff from back in the day. He was killing it. But anyway, so who you got, Paul?
Okay, so come on. We got to go with a couple of the classics, like Ray Lewis. I loved Ray Lewis. I loved his passion. I loved his Ray Lewis dance before every game. He had a whole thing. I love the safeties of our era growing up. That's Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu. Ed Reed's ability to like fool people on the back end of the defense. I remember that when he got on Peyton Manning in the playoffs, where he was he turned his hips to the right side of the field, and Peyton's like, "Ah, sweet, I tricked that bastard," and he threw it to the left, and Ed Reed did a full turn, caught it, came back, and Peyton, he was mic'd up. He's like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" He's like unbelievable. And then Troy Polamalu had all kinds of crazy shit of one-handed interceptions, diving over the line and doing crazy shit. And I'm like, what in the world? Like, man, what an awesome play. Oh, here's one of my favorites. Adrian Peterson. Adrian breaking it to the friggin' house. Oklahoma. Oh, my. AP. Again, I'm not a Vikings fan or an any fan. Oh, I would have loved if he somehow ended up on the Jets. I would hold that jersey in high regard. I love AP. And then again, the broadcasters always getting into it. Adrian Peterson. It was just, AP for sure. He's 1,000% on that list. How could he not be 1,000%? Let me try to think. Oh, Tony Gonzalez. He's another one I'll give like a random shout out to. I loved Tony Gonzalez. I always hold him in high regard as one of the best tight ends of all time. So he'd be on that list. And then one more shout out just because he's, he's a great player, but he's a great man too. Larry Fitzgerald. I love Fitz. I loved how he played the game. I loved his hands. I loved what he brought to the game. All of that, man. All of that for sure.
Well, when it's hard to say like who, people are like Michael Jordan's the best of basketball and so's the best of baseball. It's hard to really break down who the best is, but Adrian Peterson at one time, it was kind of, you give him the ball and he runs the fuck over everybody. Like,
100%.
And it cracks me up because I don't know why this stands out in my mind, but most of the time when you see highlights of players, it's always them running over the Cleveland Browns defense. There's so many from my past where it's like, Adrian Peterson just like plowing 7 Browns down, and then sadly Jamal Lewis ran all over us that one time. But anyway, I just wanted to see what you had on some players, but one of the reasons I became a Jets fan was a video game I played, NFL Extreme 2, and they couldn't even say Testaverde's name right on the video game. That's how old it was. So when I was a kid, Testamini was my favorite quarterback, and then I loved Sherbert that he threw the ball to. Those were my 2 favorite players back then. So
that is hilarious. I love that.
But hey, man, I appreciate you taking my call today.
Thanks, Badshaw. Appreciate you. And can't wait to see you for the Jets Cowboys tailgate, brother. You and your wife. That's going to be great. And then Brett hitting on your wife last night. Wow. Okay. Well, that's a badge of honor, I guess. Two things here. First off, I think we put this aside. Let me go to this one. What an impossible question. Jack asked this. Rank these. Thomas Jones, Chris Ivory, Sean Green. Oh, what a great collection. This is tough. This is tough. I'm putting Thomas Jones number one. The 3-year run is one of the most productive 3-year runs any running back has ever had in NFL history. We forget about Thomas. He was owed that $5 million roster bonus. The Jets go, yeah, fuck you, buddy. They cut him, and he sort of bounced around the league. It's super sad how it ended. And Thomas Jones was my first interview I've ever done professionally. That was 12 or 13 years ago. So Thomas Jones is number one. It's then tough because here's the thing. Chris Ivory never got the playoff action. Sean Green hit Antonio Cromartie with the I'm making a business decision and took it to the house down the left side like it's a touchdown. He also was the killer in the Patriots game where he goes to sleep. That was the touchdown against the Patriots to put the final nail on the coffin and the best Jets win as a Jets fan that I've ever experienced. So Sean Green has to be number two and Chris Ivory number three. And it sounds insulting to Chris Ivory because that one run he has against the Dolphins where he blasts through 1,000 people. He's also, how about this, Jet fans? He's the last running back we've had that's run for 1,000 yards. Think about that. That was in 2015. We have not had a running back run for 1,000 yards since Chris Ivory. That's unbelievable. So this is an impossible list, JACK. But I love the question, though. But yeah, it'd be Thomas Jones number one. Let me do this. Let me do the official thing. So Thomas Jones.
Number one.
Okay, Thomas Jones.
Number one.
Sean Green.
Number two. Number two.
And then Chris Ivory.
Number three.
That's it. That's it right there. That's tough. That's tough, though. That's tough. How about them Jets? Let's get another super chat in here, and then I'm gonna have to run to the radio show or station here in just a minute. Wow. How about them Jets? Another raffle ticket for you for our contest. Hey now, let's go. How about them Jets? You're up 2 4 raffle tickets so far this month. Appreciate you. Non-Jets, Julio Jones. Oh, what a great choice. From that same AJ Green draft. Julio is a freak, an alien. He's going to the Hall of Fame. Junior Seau, absolutely, God rest his soul. Phillip Rivers, what a sidearm delivery. 1 million kids. He wore the... all that, all the cowboy stuff and all that, so he was an interesting guy and talk shit as a quarterback. Like, oh yeah. You got to give a lot of love there. Yeah. You picked a great combination. How about them Jets? A great combination. Those are some great names, man. Some great names. Wow. An impossible ranking though. You guys are great. This is a fun, nostalgic trip to end the show here on a random, whatever day today is, Thursday. Yeah. I put Thomas Jones number one though. Yeah. Tony Richardson, I love T-Rich. That's another one. Yo Holmes, shout out to you. I'm a big Peyton Manning guy. Loved him pre-snap. Peyton Manning, I loved watching Peyton Manning for sure. Yeah, some great stuff. Well, thanks everybody for the show. That was a lot of fun. Appreciate you. The 500 people in the room, like the video, hit subscribe. Again, if you can, make sure you show your love. And yeah, Batshot giving a shout out to Demario Davis, baby. Come on now. Demario's awesome. Yeah, absolutely. I love DeMario. And good shout out for Hep with Ronnie Lott. Mark Sanchez. I love Sanchez, baby. I got to get that Sports Illustrated cover hung up somewhere for sure. I got to get that the Sanchez. I love that. I'm going to put that somewhere. Also, the Calvin Pace one where he's lighting up Brady in the playoff game. I got to get a couple of those up there. That'd be cool. Also, LaRon Landry, that juiced up motherfucker. Oh, yeah. LaRon Landry. There's a good call. Okay. Well, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Cool, nostalgic episode. We will be back for Boy Green Meets Woody coming up at 3 o'clock. We'll keep you guys posted on that. I'm running to the radio show. I'm actually hosting solo today, baby, at from 10 to 12. That's still on the radio for now. So I'll be over there doing some NFL content. Actually, Woody's going to join me on the radio. He'll be joining me at 11:30 today. We'll be talking some Knicks. So for all you Knicks fans, we'll be on the Man Shout Show with Boy Green on the Score 1260. You guys can listen to that at the score1260.com or for free on the Score 1260 app. So I'll be on with Woody at 11:30 talking Knicks. We'll do some NFL in the first hour. I'm very much looking forward to all that. Everybody, thanks for tuning in, and we will see ya. Take care. Peace.